Hello and welcome to Cuts We Love from Cinema Editor. My name is Adrian Pennington, and I'm here with two-time Academy Award nominated editor Juliette Welfling. Hi, Juliette. Thanks for being with us.
Hi, Adrian.
So,
Hi.
Juliette was Oscar nominated last year for the musical drama Emilia Perez, and previously she edited movies as diverse as Rust and Bone, A Prophet, The Hunger Games, and Ocean's 8. We're going to wind the clock back to 2007 and the biographical drama The Diving Bell and the Butterfly, for which Juliette won her first Oscar nomination. The film is directed by Julian Schnabel and is an adaptation of the memoir by French journalist Jean-Dominique Bauby. It's a remarkable story depicting Bauby's life after he suffered a major stroke that left him with locked-in syndrome. It won or was nominated for multiple awards, including BAFTAs and Golden Globes, and a French César for Juliette. Several critics have acclaimed The Diving Bell and The Butterfly as one of the best films of that decade. So, Juliette, again, thanks for being with us. Please tell us more about the scene from the film you've chosen for us today.
So it's the beginning of the film. That's how the film starts, and so you understand at the first image that this is a guy waking up from coma, but you never see him. It's all about his sensations, I guess. So that's basically what I tried to to do in the cuts.
Monsieur Bobby, ouvrez grand les yeux. Essayez de les garder ouverts. Comme ça. Voilà. Maintenant, suivez la lumière. Voilà. N'ayez pas peur. Vous êtes à l'hôpital. Je suis médecin. Je suis le docteur Cocheton. Voilà les infirmiers. Nous sommes là pour nous occuper de vous. Vous vous souvenez de ce qui vous est arrivé? Vous vous souvenez de ce qui vous est arrivé?
Je vous ai dit vaguement, des images.
Vous êtes à l'hôpital maritime de Berck-sur-Mer, sur les côtes du Nord-Pas-de-Calais. Vous avez d'abord été hospitalisé à Paris, puis on vous a amené ici. Vous vous souvenez? Jean-Dominique, vous avez eu une attaque. Vous êtes resté dans le coma pendant presque 3 semaines. Mais vous êtes en train de vous réveiller et tout va aller très bien. Je vous le promets.
Merci.
Maintenant, j'ai besoin de vérifier 2 ou 3 choses. Je voudrais que vous me suiviez des yeux.
Oui.
Voilà, comme ça. Voilà. Suivez mon doigt.
Oui.
Voilà, comme ça.
Oui.
Voilà. Quand je vous dis de cligner des yeux, clignez, s'il vous plaît. C'est très bien. Maintenant, essayez de dire votre nom.
Jean-Dominique Bobby.
Allez, essayez.
Je vous l'ai
Essayez
dit.
vraiment.
Quoi?
Dites-moi votre nom.
Jean-Dominique Bobby.
Essayez de dire les prénoms de vos enfants.
Théophile, Céleste, Hortense. Oui.
Ne vous en faites pas. Le processus est très lent. Mais vous retrouverez la parole.
Pardon, quoi? Vous m'entendez pas? Docteur, qu'est-ce qui se passe? Quoi, je parle pas? Ils m'entendent pas? Oh mon Dieu. Quoi, je peux pas parler? Qu'est-ce qui m'est arrivé? Je m'appelle Jean-Dominique Bobby. Docteur! Oh, ça va. J'ai eu une attaque, je vais retrouver la parole, je vais retrouver la mémoire.
Ça va aller, monsieur Bobby. Ça va aller.
Ça va aller.
Pas de soucis. On va s'occuper de vous.
Je vais être patient. D'accord. D'accord, je vous crois.
I tried to put myself into Jean-Dominique Bobby's place or head, I don't know, and that's it's going to be very short because that's basically all I did, you know. It happened that my father was in a coma. No, my father was in a coma or just died before. Anyway, he had been in a coma for a month. So this story was really meaningful to me. And I try to imagine how you can feel. And that's why it's all these cuts very kind of random in a way because I figure I've never been in a coma, good for me, but I figure when you wake up from a coma, you're like you don't know where you are, you don't know what you're seeing. The Jean-Dominique is looking at a stranger, he doesn't know where he is, etc. So that's basically all I did, trying to give back this sensation. And the way it was shot, the actor Mathieu Amalric, the actor, was in another room. The camera operator was playing Mathieu Amalric because he's filming, and Mathieu Amalric was in another room. He could see the filming, and he was doing his voiceover on in the production sound, kind of, you know. He was watching the image and doing the voiceover, which was really great. Like if he was yeah, I don't know, I don't know how to say, but that's the way it was done, and I thought it was a good idea to do it this way rather than doing a voiceover later in post-production. No, well, we did some, but most of it was done during shooting, and that was really cool because he was improvising what's happening to me, what I'm not hearing, I'm not seeing, what's going on, and he was really in the position of the guy who wakes up.
That's really interesting. I did not know that at all. What discussions did you have with Julian and maybe the cinematographer, who's Janusz Kaminski, about the fade to blacks and the way and the sort of out of focus view that or the perspective that Jondo has?
We didn't, I don't think I've ever talked to Janusz Kaminski. Although I'm a great admirer of the work he did on this film, it's beautiful. But I don't remember talking to him about it. And I don't know if I talked about the scene with Julian. Julian was like, do as you like, because I started during shooting. I started cutting during shooting, obviously. And he said, have fun, if I may say, having fun in such a scene, but he said to me, well, play with it, have fun, because anyway, my movie is a masterpiece and you're not going to fuck it, how do you say, you can't fuck it up, or I don't know how you say in English, so you can do everything you want. Please uh, feel free. So that's what I did, and I was really free, and some of the out of focus were on camera, were done, they put Vaseline on the lens. And so some of them was already done, some of them I added. And also the fade, I was trying to figure when is Jean-Dominique closing his eyes, when is he opening his eyes, does he close his eyes uh, fast, or as he's just waking up, he probably is like, closing his eyes very slowly, opening his eyes very slowly. So I tried each fade, and I added also, it was shot in 35 millimeters, and at the end of the roll you had these burnt images at the end of rolls in. So I added these burnt images that were because I figured your eyelids are kind of orange, when you watch. I don't know how to explain in English. I'm sorry. So I added this orange image or overexposed images to add in the most of it was how he would open his eyes. Would he see something out of focus? Would he see sometimes the doctor being in focus? What would he feel? What would he see? What would he feel? What would he imagine? That was all, I guess.
It also seems to me that because he's just waking up, that he's fading in and out of consciousness. So seems to be a cut at one point where the doctors leave the room and then another nurse comes in on the
Yeah.
left-hand side of his vision. But that seems like a different, I mean, it could be hours later, even
Oh,
though
no, I don't think it is. No, I think it's all the same. No, there's no time lapse in of time. Sorry for my English. It's rusty. So no, it's all the same. Well, it could be anything, you know. You're right. It could. You can. I think it's such a visual and impressionist scene that you can imagine. Anyone can imagine what he wants or what she wants. It's like you put yourself into you all at since the first image. I think you really are with the character. You really are with him. You really feel, as it's a subjective camera as well. So you feel that you are the character. So you can imagine whatever you want. It can be hours later, or it's I don't know about that. It's
and there's also a brief clip of what I imagine is John Doe as a child that you've inserted.
yeah.
Was that
No,
your
yeah, no,
idea?
no, it's not John Doe as a child. It's his because he was when he had the accident that you see later in the movie. So this is just a very very small flashback of the that you will see later in the movie where he's with his child in the car. That's the moment where he has the accident where he has his how do you say stroke.
Stroke, yeah.
So that's the kid. His kid is yelling. When he and it's a very brief image. But then we later in the film we see the whole scene of that clip of this little clip.
Did you so you had the imagined experience of your father to draw and your own imagination. Did you also read the book before preparing for this
Oh
film?
yeah, I read the book, but alors, now I couldn't say anything about the book because I don't really remember it. It's a very, very short book, you know, because you cannot forget that it was written with a blink. It is very short. It's very short to read, and it's a beautiful book and very optimistic in a way, considering the terrible situation.
Once you'd established some of the language of his perception in this scene, I mean, did you tackle this scene first of all, or one of the first scenes you tackled in the film, and after you'd sort of shaped it, did the rest of the film feel a little bit easier to create?
I don't. I couldn't tell if it was. The movie was entirely, except for the flashbacks. Everything that's in the hospital was shot in the actual hospital where he had been. Where Jean-Dominique has been, and the doctors are actors, but the nurses, for instance, no, not all the nurses, but some of the nurses were the actual nurses of this hospital. They were not actors, you know. And but I can't remember if it has been shot in the order of the script or if had been. And as I started at the beginning of shooting, I couldn't say if that was the first scene I cut.
Where does this film sit in your career? When you look back on it now, what are your thoughts about this film? And you've made like dozens of great movies. Where does this film fit?
Honestly, I don't want to be presumptuous. You say that, but and it's not my film anyway. But I think it's a masterpiece, really. It's I don't know if it's one of the most important films I've been cutting. To me, it's I think it's fantastic, really fantastic, and it's so unusual, and it doesn't look like any other movie. It's so imaginative, and it's. I think really, no, when I say a masterpiece, I'm not exaggerating. I think it's a masterpiece. Mathieu Amalric is amazing. He's fantastic. The Janusz Kaminski, his work is crazy. The camera operator also, who was called Berthaud, a French guy, was also so gifted because lots of at the beginning, the whole first part of the movie, I don't maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes, I don't know. You don't see Jean-Dominique Bauby. It's all it's all on him, and it's no, I don't. I mean, this movie is about such a sad story, and it's not sad, and I think this already is having done that is amazing, and all is it's all beautiful. He had so many things, Julian had so many ideas while filming this, and he was so creative. It's such a creative movie. So no, I love it. I think it's one of my favorites with Jacques Audiard's movie. Yeah.
Juliette, thank you so much. That's absolutely terrific. Thank you for sharing your cut through love with us today.